Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G. Thanks for clicking this video once again. So guys, are you still feeling high from the prelim show that we just watched earlier? Or is it the opposite? Or are you feeling the other way around? Well, let's talk about it one more time. Even though I had already given my instant reaction on my thoughts about the prelim show earlier, I still feel I have to come up with this in-depth review, which I wasn't able to do during my live reaction earlier. So right now, I am making my top picks of girls who did well in their intro, swimsuit, and evening gown rounds earlier. So let's go with the production first. I wish there was a better lighting again during the show and there was more time for exposure for the girls on stage. I mean, for me, it was too fast wherein we did not get to really see their strut or their poses in the middle. I wish the production people adopted the Miss Universe 2017 finals introduction format instead, wherein it really gave a generous amount of time for these girls to walk on stage. And also, guys, have you noticed how some girls would start to have fake smiles once their country's called? Nakahalata kasi na it looks like stoic or fierce. Alam yun, then these girls will smile right away. For me, the transition isn't really good, and it also did not help that there were times the cameras would focus on them before their names get called, so it doesn't look natural at all. However, there were bright spots. There were still bright spots here in the prelim show. I love the colorful cherry heel dresses that they wore to offset the dimness of the stage. These colorful dresses really lit up the stage. Plus the Jojo Guy's heels that finally flattered the skin tone of all the girls in the competition. So, having said these were the girls who really got my attention during the intro, where they were wearing all their cherry heel dresses. So, the standouts during the intro round were Belize, Nepal, Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, USA, who else? Indonesia, India, Chile, Peru, and Mexico. So there you go. So let's go to the next part wherein I will enumerate the girls who really did well during the swimsuit competition of the preliminary competition. Let's start with Mexico. Andrea Mesa just proved that she is the strong performer when it comes to her pasarela skills. It was very fiery and confident. In fact, she actually reminded me so much of Ariana Gutierrez here when she had this "I came to win" attitude written all over her face as she was walking down the stage. She just radiated with so much beauty and charisma during her turn. Prior to this competition, I kept telling myself that I only needed to see her pasarela skills to confirm her favoritism. But when I finally saw her performance earlier today, boom, she really killed it. Next on my list is Argentina's Alina Axelrad. For me, I love Alina here. She was radiating so much fun here as she showcased her Vava Voom body. But what I love about her here is that her perfect hair and makeup styling. Glad she finally had a moment in the competition. And next on my list is India's Adeline Castellino. There's just something about Adeline I can't explain here in this swimsuit round. I just kept staring at her face the whole time up there because I felt that none of the contestants' face were highlighted like hers. Her pasarela, was very calm and poised and not overly done. And next on my list is France Amandine Petit. Amandine was such a beauty in this round. I was so struck by her facial beauty, confidence, and fun walk. Plus the way she smiles. It's very natural and beautiful. And next to France is Miss Peru's Janik Maceta. Janik is also absolutely stunning in this round, especially with that smiles. She really had me with a killer viper stare. I swear, in viper stare niya talaga. And her eyes are really captivating. Although I wish she would have switched to a different hairstyle because I wanted her to sport bombshell waves because her straight hair made her look flat. Her pasarela though was just wow. Next is Colombia's Laura Olascuaga. No doubt, Laura Olascuaga really knows how to work the stage with that killer body and amazing walk. I feel like she can still give a solid pasarela with eyes closed. Ganun siya kagaling for me. That's how amazing she is in this round. And next is Cameroon's Angela Cosida. This girl is really no doubt the biggest pleasant surprise of the night with her huge stage presence and fluid catwalk skills. When she walked on stage, she looked like one of those lead characters in Zulika's Despacito music video last decade, and her walk showed just the right amount of sexiness on stage. That's how memorable she was earlier. And next on my list is Jamaica's Mikil Simone Williams. I mean, no swimsuit list for this competition would not be complete without Mikil Simone Williams, as she screamed so much expensiveness in this round. I mean, she exuded that Victoria's Secret vibe on stage with her sexy walk. Very Pirelli calendar, I must say even. Galing niya kanina. Wow. And next is Philippines' Rabia Mateo. You know, when Rabia came out in her swimsuit, my jaws really dropped, and I almost shouted bad words as she really looked amazing with her styling. Napakaganda niya talaga in this round. But what I love about Rabia in this round is that it was very old school turn. Yung walk niya, like she took her sweet time executing her Halabira festive walk. And I also couldn't stop marveling at her body transformation as we could really see her newly sculpted curvy body. And the way she smiles is just beautiful. Diba? Plus the color choice of her swimsuit, she really picked the right color for her kasi it really jumped out of her skin tone. Next is Nepal's Anshika Sharma. Give it up for this girl, Anshika. She was really memorable in her swimsuit turn kanina. She really has this strong commanding presence where she really had power in her walk up there on stage. And when the first few moments when she was called during when she was about to walk, I think that was her real moment. Except for the head spin at the start, I think everything was just perfection for her during this round. And next is Thailand's Amanda Obdam. You know what? I really love Amanda Obdam here. She just radiated with so much beauty and charisma as well in this round. She is just absolutely stunning here. Her performance was so natural, effortless, and captivating. And that is one performance I would never get tired watching over and over again. Also, Puerto Rico makes it in my list here because Estefania Torres really nailed the hell out of this round with her powerful and effortless turn in this swimsuit competition. It was very strong and powerful. She really showed us that she is a real contender for the crown. I just love everything about her, and it helped that a lot of her countrymen are there to cheer for her now, so that keeps her fighting spirit alive despite the criticism that she has been getting. I mean people keep saying that, she looks older, but why does it matter so much, 'di ba? I mean, a Miss Universe should always be unapologetically herself. And last but not the least is Romania's Bianca Tersin. I am just amazed at this girl's transformation from bubbly to sweet in Miss International and Miss Supranational a few years ago to sexy and fierce here in Miss Universe. I mean, this girl just knows how to walk with that beautiful face and smile. I just love everything about this performance. And now we go to my favorites in the evening gown round. First in my list is Brazil's Julia Gama. For me, Julia Gama's silver illusion gown made her shine on stage against the red backdrop. Although we have seen this kind of gown before, she made it really her own, which makes it more special. Alam mo guys, to be honest, it actually kind of reminded me of Shamsi Soup's performance in Brazil 10 years ago. That was how good she was earlier. Next, also in my list, is again Cameroon. You know what? Angela Consida's presence in hair here really made her a standout of the night. I mean, for me, her gown, the silhouette of her gown, really reminds me so much of Gwyneth Paltrow's Tom Ford's Oscars gown a few years ago with that padded shoulders and exaggerated sleeves turning into a cape. Even her hair was very sandaya. She was that totally memorable to me. Next is Costa Rica's Yvonne Cerdas. You know what? Yvonne Cerdas' yellow off-shoulder gown reminded me so much of Iris Midenaire's yellow gown in prelims in Miss Universe 2016. Her straight, sleek hair and clean makeup heightened her face, plus her walk made her a memorable contestant here. Dominican Republic's Kimberly Jimenez is also part of my list here. When Kimberly Jimenez came out with this white printed flowy gown, wow, she really looked ethereal. Her then tapos her hairband really completed this overall styling of her look. It was very current and something we don't normally see in a pageant. She was really a breath of fresh air in a sea of column gowns prior to her. Next on my list is Great Britain's Jeanette Aqua. You know what? Jeanette Aqua's short cap sleeve dress in baby pink made her look like a royalty. It really looked different on her as we were expecting something sexy in your face Vava Voom gown, but she gave us something elegant like what Kate Middleton, her kababayan, has been wearing in events. Guys, haven't you noticed? Doesn't her gown remind you of Atisa Manalo's gown in Miss International 2018 from Michael Cinco? From the collar to the cut to the feathers of the bottom of the dress, it really looked like the dress of Atisa Manalo before. And now we go to Iceland. You know what? Elsa Hulda's cobalt blue gown with her pushback wet look hair really made a statement when she entered the stage. Because let's face it, we are so used to seeing her in projecting a girl next door vibe, which actually kind of reminds me of Taylor Swift style trajectory over the years, from sweet to edgy. That's how I was stunned with Iceland earlier. And now we go to Canada's Nova Stevens. You know what? When she entered in the evening gown round of the competition, one word: power, power. Her high shine silver gown was the only gown that you could see its details from afar. So props to her Brazilian, or was it a Colombian designer, for making her shine on this round. High shine silver, intricate beadwork, and even the fringe of her dress. You think it would be too much, but she was really in full control. For me, she was really giving us that look of, hey, I'm still a top 10. I'm still part of the top 10, so don't count me out yet. Look, so, that's why she is also part of this list. And now we go to Colombia's Laura Olascuaga again. Wow, she really looked like a swan on stage, very elegant and confident. She really screams Miss Colombia from head to toe. Her silver and blue column was so sexy, but it was tastefully done. You could really see this look in the red carpet. I just love everything about it. It's so beautiful. Next on my list is Mexico's Andrea Mesa. You know what? Andrea looked exquisite here in the evening gown round. The neckline, the color when the lights hit her gown would make you see different colors. There is blue, orange, and red. For me, this is how you pop out on screen. It was so unexpected. I've never seen something like this in a pageant before, and I love that she toned her overall look with a simple one so that it wouldn't scream too much. It's as if she is telling all of us that she is the HBIC, the girl to beat in the competition right now. This was really her moment. Evening gown. Next on my list is Rabia Mateo from the Philippines. You know what? Rabia really looked like a tall glass of lemonade with her yellow Fern Amato gown. I am so glad she wore this bright color amidst all the metallics right before her. When she came out, lutang na lutang talaga yung ganda niya because the color jumped out of her dusky skin tone. In terms of gown design, the cut was so simple, but I realized it's all in the details as it was heavily encrusted with stones. Because, if you look at it, because the more you look at her gown, the more you would appreciate the construction. Too bad nga lang the poor lighting and fast camera angling did not do justice to her gown. And have you seen, guys, the back of her gown, the back details of her gown? It was even better. Diba, when they were called out in groups after, the back details of Rabia's gown was really spectacular, as you could see the ombre color where the yellow color suddenly turns to white. Like there is really an ombre effect. Such for me, such pageant perfection. But you know what? If I could nitpick about this look, I wish Rabia put her hair in a bun instead, so that she would have been more dramatic in this round. Next is Puerto Rico's Estefania Torres. Estefania's light cream pleated gown reminded me so much of Diana Mendoza's gown in Miss Universe before, although with a different color and concept, especially when she turned. Especially when she did that turn. That was so much fun. And this is why styling is so crucial. And we all know that we have been saying about her mature styling, but she still looks amazing. This turn of hers in the evening gown really made her solidify her frontrunner status. Next on my list is Russia. You know what? Alina Sanko, God, you look like a real life Barbie doll with your high slit sweetheart neckline and perfectly curled hair. I mean, she really looked like a dream with her very classy and royal styling. Ang ganda for me. That's why she's also part of my list. And next, there's Indonesia's Ayu Maulida. Her green haltered, fully beaded number with her matching arm cuff was retro perfection, I must say. Her look here reminded me so much of like Cher in Bob Mackie, but in an updated pageant version. I just love her stylish 70s styling here, as it really made her a standout. It really worked for her, yung ganitong styling. And next is Venezuela's Maria Angela Arteaga. You know what? She really reminded me so much of Stefania Hernandez, her compatriot here. Her red off-shoulder dress with matching equally bold red lip and Veronica Lake curls really made her look like an old Hollywood actress. So please do not count her out just yet. She really gave us a performance tonight. So for me, she is still a force to reckon with in this competition. Next on my list is Chile's Daniela Nicolas. You know what? Chile was not your typical beauty queen that night, as her gown really looked very unconventional. Her black chainmail gown highlighted every curve of her body. And did you just notice it? And for me, it kind of reminded me of Zulika's black gown in 2007. And don't also get me started with her face. The close-up shots that we saw on her social media during her performance were really money shots talaga. Ang ganda-ganda niya talaga doon. Next is Jamaica's Mikhail Simone Williams. You know what, guys? I almost fainted when Miss Jamaica came out of that gown, of her pink gown. It was very sexy, but her poise as she walked really made her look queenly, so queenly. And that face cannot be denied, I must say, by the organization. And for me, she really has one of the most beautiful faces in this competition. And she really slayed it. And last on my evening gown list is Nepal's Anshika Sharma. How I wish precious Lara Kigaman joined Miss Universe back in 2005. And here is Anshika Sharma giving us a reincarnation of her. Although her silver column gown is something that we have seen from before, you know, as I have said, she really served us face and did not need a different pasarela. She really did not do anything to really stand out. Face pa lang ni Anshika, tapos na talaga ang laban. And don't get me started with her walk. That was so elegant and powerful as well. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my prelims list? Does it match yours? Well, feel free to share your comments down below so I could see where you guys are coming from. Guys, I'm about to make my final leaderboard for this edition of Miss Universe, and as early as now, I'm telling you, nahihirapan ako because I am really getting confused, especially with everything that we have seen earlier. I thought there were girls who were already a lock in my top 5, but seeing some girls really rising to the occasion, talagang I think there might just be 2 to 3 dark horses in my list. Right now, I'll give you a sneak peek of my final leaderboard. If you guys were listening intently on 2 of my videos about my prelims picks, I think it's a shoe-in that India and Puerto Rico are part, will be part of my top 5 in my final leaderboard. As for the 3 slots, I couldn't still figure out because there is Mexico, Peru, Philippines, South Africa, you know, trying to, even Thailand, who looked so amazing earlier in her evening gown and swimsuit turn as well. So 5 na yon, and I have three slots left. Tapos there are these dark horses like Nepal, Jamaica, and Iceland who I couldn't, or also Australia or Romania as well, na hindi ko alam paano ko ilalagay sa top 11 to 15 ko. So I'm really having a hard time right now. So I don't know if I would still be able to come out with the final leaderboard because this is so confusing. I don't know. There's as early as now. I'm telling you, as early as now, there is, at this point in time, there's no clear-cut front runner for the crown. Each girl has a special quality in her. Kung ano yung meron yung isa, ang siyang wala nung isa. You know what I mean? The strength of one girl is someone else's weakness. So, I don't know. Alright, guys. See you on my final leaderboard. Bye.